Hi everyone and welcome to this ILL video. We will be taking a quick look at the ILL module in Koha from both the Stack UI and the OPAC as well. What can we do? What can we see? These types of things. We will also be briefly discussing other features of the ILL module, such as placing an ILL request with a partner library, different kinds of backends, and briefly how they work. We will also be taking a quick look at ILL patch requests. And to finish off the video, we will be mentioning our future plans and what we have in store for the ILL module in Koha. I hope this turns out to be an interesting video for you, and I really hope that you enjoy. So starting things off with the OPAC, once the patron is logged in, if the ILL module is enabled, which obviously it is for my installation here, there's this menu option called Interlibrary Loan Requests, where the patron is able to place a new request, and they can also see the request they have placed in the past. So when we click on create a new request, the patron has these options of whichever backends this Koha installation has available. To keep things simple for now, we're going to just start off with freeform, which is sort of the simplest vanilla kind of ILL request, right? So let's say the patron wants a journal article delivered to Centerville, which is their library, right? And the only thing they know is that the title of the publication is Farmers Weekly, and the article title that they want to look for is, let's say, the health benefits of carrots, right? Let's create that. So now, as we can see, so this is request number 6. It's right here. So it's at the moment in the new request status. So this is what I see as a patron, right? So what can we see as a staff member in the Stack UI, right? So if we take a look here, we can now see that this request has now been created. It's right here. So if we click on manage request, we see that this is, we can also do that by clicking here. We can see that this is the request that's been placed. There's only the article title and the publication title. Because this is coming from OPAC, we don't know what the user is going to be submitting, right? Because for freeform specifically, no fields are mandatory by default. So this is what we see, right? So we can actually use this example to start talking about the place request with partners functionality. As I can see, you know, this user has requested this for Centerville. So if I take a quick look at my catalog and search for Farmers Weekly, we can see there's an entry, there's a record for Farmers Weekly, the publication in the Midway library, right? So what we can do here is we can place the request with a partner library that I have configured previously, which is Midway. So when we click on that button, as you can see, this email text is already pre-configured, pre-prepared, and this is a notice that we can configure. I have configured this as an example, but we can also change the message here while placing the request with the partner library, right? So as you can see, what this is going to do is this is going to send an email to Midway saying, you know, this is an automated request made using the Koha ILL module. We would like to request an interlibrary loan for the following item. We are Centerville. The health benefits of characters in the Farmers Weekly magazine. So, you know, because this is all automated, there's this option here, you know, if you supply this digitally, please send it to this email address. If it's a physical item, then send it to the physical address. And once you click on the send email, this email is going to be sent, and that's that, right? The request will be placed with partners. So, and now, as you can see, I click the send email, and now the status for this request is requested from partners, right? We now know that. So once that request is fulfilled, so let's say it's a digital delivery, right? And is then sent to Centerville, the email address we had. What the staff member can do afterwards is just, mark completed, and then the request is done, right? Alternatively, if the supplier for some reason is unable to supply that, we can do a couple things. So we can cancel the request, and we can also send a notice to the patron saying the ILL request is unavailable, right? And this is also a notice that we can configure. We can actually take a quick look at that right now. So I think it's in tools. If we take a quick look at notices and we search for ILL, you will see that you have all of these templates here pre-configured that we can edit, right? For the partner requests, for pickup ready, for request unavailable, etc. Right? These are all the message templates that Koha is using for these ILL notifications. Partner libraries are actually patrons. So if we take a quick look at patrons, there's a category here called interlibrary loan. As you can see, this is the partner library that I configured for this exercise. And this is why we're seeing that in the place request with partners window before, right? So this is why it's happening. It has to be a patron of this category. Right, I believe this concludes the place request with partners part of the demo. So if we go back to ILL requests now and click on new ILL requests, so until now we have been looking at freeform example, right? But you've also noticed that I have RapidILL and Reprints Task as options here, because these are the other backends we also have installed. These have a bit more automation to it, whereas freeform is a bit more manual. Again, as I said, it's the simplest version of the use case, right? It's freeform. These integrations here connect directly with their suppliers. So if now I create a RapidILL request, and I have a bit of an example here. So let's say the title of my article, it's this thing here I have prepared. Let's say the 4-digit publication is this, and the ISSN, which is also a required field, is this. I'm gonna put here 42, which is just my card number for this user. So as you can see, a check has already happened for RapidILL, right? It has picked up on the metadata I have introduced here, and is now telling me this item is available for request from RapidILL. So after that, what I can do is I can make a request, and it will just follow the RapidILL workflow, right? The RapidILL specific workflow. What you can also see is that this form is a bit different than the one from freeform, right? Because this has RapidILL specific fields that it requires, whereas freeform is a bit more tailored for the general use cases. If you want to take a look at a more deep dive into RapidILL, we actually have a couple of videos here on our channel, RapidILL in Koha and RapidILL integration in Koha. These videos are 2 years old, but they are quite relevant still, and they go much deeper in detail in RapidILL specifically. The same happens for Reprints Task. If you want to place a request for Reprints Task, we can do that here, and it will then follow the Reprints Task workflow, which is gonna place a request, check for availability, check for price, etc., and then complete the request if that is the case. This concludes the backend part of the video. I think we can now quickly take a look at the ILL requests batch functionality. So this functionality was made to help staff members in placing multiple requests at the same time. In case you have a patron that has a bunch of DOIs or PubMed IDs that they want to place requests for at a single time, we can do that here instead of creating one by one. So I'm gonna have this demo video batch, and I'm gonna put my card number here and a library. And now I have a couple of PubMed IDs here prepared. And now when I click process identifiers, what is happening is the metadata is being fetched by the PubMed ID service, right? We are feeding a in this case, 5 PubMed IDs, and it's returning back with all the metadata. So we don't need to know any of this beforehand, right? We only need to know the PubMed IDs that we are looking for, which is great. So once you click add items to batch, it's now doing the adding, and now we click on finish. And as you can see, there's all the metadata here, nice, with the title, the article title, all the metadata, etc. Right? This is what we do, what we can do for multiple requests at the same time, and this is using the batches functionality. Now, at this moment, the only 2 backends that allow for batches are Freeform and Reprints Desk, but other backends may become compatible with this functionality as time goes on. This also, I think this is the batch part of the video. There's also, we can put a batch column here. If we go back to list requests and open this column here, we can see that some of the other requests are not part of any batch, and the others are. Right, so this is the batches part of the video. It's quite simple. It works quite nice. The only thing we need to set up are a couple plugins, which I have installed here, and we can set it up for you if you wish to use this. So to finish up the video, I just want to quickly mention and talk about what we are planning for the future of ILL in Koha and what's coming next, right? These are all developments that are in a very advanced stage of development. They are going through community QA at the moment, but in short, what we want to do is we want to remove this option here when creating an IL request, right? And this is, I believe, specifically important for Patron users, because when a Patron user is entering an IL request, they don't need to know if it's a freeform or rapid IL or reprints desk request, right? They likely won't even know what this means. So we really want to improve this user experience here on this stage. And what we want to do is, once you click on create a new request, you just have the regular form, right? The simple form where you just put the stuff that you want as a patron, as a user. And then Koha itself will automatically pick if it's a Rapid ILL or a reprints desk or a British library or whatever, right? So Koha will do that work for you, the staff member, and for you, the patron. So that's our goal here, right? Is to sort of stop asking the user for which backend do you want to place this request with, and instead do this automatically, right? So just to recap, once you click on place request, what is going to happen is Koha will check for availability in the different backends that are installed, and we'll pick the one that's most adequate based on a couple of configurations, right? If it's immediately available or not, if it's free or not, etc. So that's, in a nutshell, what we are planning for the future of ILL. I hope this is exciting. Definitely is exciting for me. I think it's a huge improvement on what we have currently. So yeah, I think that's it. Please let me know what you think of this, if you enjoyed the video, and have a good one.